Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about the Catalyst Optimizer, which is a very important concept in the Spark optimization technique. So before knowing the optimization, we are going to discuss about what is an optimization. So we can say that an optimization is a process in which a system is modified, and this modification is in such a way that it can work more efficiently and it uses fewer resources. When I say more efficiently means that just to save cost. Everything will be in terms of saving the cost, whether it's a few resources or works more efficiently. So now let's talk about the Catalyst Optimizer. The Catalyst Optimizer is actually the very important concept in the Spark programming framework, and this Catalyst Optimizer is a core of the Spark SQL. Internally, it uses even data frame or data sets. Both are using the Catalyst Optimizer just to optimize the SQL queries. Now, the Catalyst Optimizer optimizes the structural queries. When I say structural queries, I mean to say that which can be expressed in terms of sequels. And we have seen in the previous lecture or previous sessions that these queries are expressed with the help of like data frame or the dataset APIs. So we have even in the data frame and dataset, we are also seeing how we can write the SQL with the help of register, you can say create or register temp view. Now, this Catalyst Optimizer reduces the runtime of the programs. Any of the Spark program, it reduces the runtime because it is optimized, and then eventually save some cost. The beauty of the Catalyst Optimizer is like it leverages the advanced programming language features, and those features are from the, you can say, like Scala pattern, or we have a very important concept in that is quasi codes. Okay, and this programming pattern matching, you can say, is to build the extensible query optimizer. And when I say extensible, it is very important to understand. And for that, quasi codes is just like your formal language, you can understand like that. This optimizer is actually we are going to see this formal languages when in the coming slides. Okay, so this is your quasi codes, which is very important and very important concept in the Catalyst Optimizer. Now this Catalyst Optimizer is completely based on your functional programming construct, which is written in Scala language, and that is why the data set is only using the Scala language, not any programming support for Python. Now, very important to remember that this Catalyst Optimizer is extensible design, has two purposes. The bringing this Catalyst as an extensible design, there are two significant purposes we have. First of all, the first one is with this extensible design, we can easily add optimization techniques and different optimization features to the Spark SQL. And these features will help us to optimize the different programs of the Spark, whether it's a data frame or data set. And the second one, we can say that this extensible design enables the external developer to extend the optimizer. It is something like your programming, open source programming, where the external developer or community developer can extend your framework and then it can add on to that one. And this we can, and the developer can do by adding, like you can say, data sets or some of these specific rules they can add, or it can also supports to new data type. That means this examples are the extensions done by the developers to the existing optimizers. But many of the you can say extension or many of the functionality can be added into that. Now the regarding the Catalyst Optimizer, it supports like two optimization based, like rule based, and it also supports both rule based as well as the cost based optimization. So when we say rule based optimization, we mean to say that rule based is actually are the sets of rules which help us to determine how to execute the query. And there are certain rules are specified in the grammar which help us to understand that. And the cost based optimization, we have multiple plans which are generated by the help of, you can say, rule based. Okay, there will be multiple plans we are generating with the help of rule, and then after that, then their cost is computed. That means the cost of each of the plan is computed separately. And this cost based model, what it do is it finds the most suitable way to carry out the SQL statement which is provided in your data frame or dataset command. Now with this approach of rule based as well as cost based optimization, now we can move to the different components. So guys, now let's see what are the different components of the Catalyst Optimizer. The first one is your tree, and second we can say we have rules. So these are two components. The tree is like your main data types used in the Catalyst Optimizer, and tree is a very important data structure, and this tree is composed of different nodes, and these nodes have node types, and we can say that each node is having one or more childrens. So these nodes and these objects are actually immutable. So these objects are immutable, and we can manipulate this object with the help of functional programming language. When I say immutable objects are manipulated, that means whenever we do some kind of manipulation, that means we have the new object formed, the way we did in data frame or dataset or even RDDs also. Now, second component is about the rules. The trees which we have discussed can be manipulated with the help of these rules. So we use different rules to manipulate. That means when I say manipulation, that means we are having some kind of transformation over there, and these rules can be defined as a functions of a tree. So now these rules are actually, you can say, different transformation methods which are applied, the different pattern matching functions that are applied recursively on all of the nodes of the tree. So now let's discuss about the different phases of the Catalyst Optimizer. So in the different phases, we have many phases where, like, you can say, have analysis phase, we have logical optimization, physical planning, code generations, and in this different phases we have different processes, you can say, we are going to achieve in that. So first of all, we have SQL query, and we can also have a data frames, and with the help of SQL queries or data frames, when they processed, we have some unresolved logical plans. When we execute this data frame, data sets, or SQL query, we have unresolved logical plans, and then after this logical plan, we converted it into the from unresolved to logical plan, and this process is called analysis. And while doing this analysis, we takes a reference of the schema catalog. Now after that, once logical plan is created, we have a more optimized logical plan. And with this more optimized logical plan actually is a part of your logical optimization process. So this is the second step, a second process, a second phase of this Catalyst Optimizer. And after that, we have physical plans. We have physical plans, not plan. We have many plans. So we have physical plans, and this is called as a physical planning. Now in this physical plan, we can have more than one plan. Now I'm connected this physical plan to the next step. That means we have n number of different plans, and based on, and we have calculated the cost of each plan. Then that is our cost model. And after this model, we select the physical plan based on the cost. Once the physical plan is selected, we have generated this into the RDDs, because even data frame or data sets, whether it's a data frame or data set, internally in the last, it is converted into the resilient distributed data set, that is called an RDD. And this is called your code generation. So now we have different stages like analysis, logical optimization, physical planning, and code generation. So now let's discuss about the first step called analysis. So when I say analysis of the catalyst optimizer phase, it computes the relation, and this relationship is between your AST, which is called abstract syntax tree. That means from the AST, from the abstract syntax tree, it create a relationship to the SQL parser abstract syntax tree. That create a relation between with this AST to your SQL parser or data frame objects. That means it is returning this SQL parser or data frame objects, and both of this type, that means both may contain some unresolved contain some unresolved references, or it can contain unresolved relations. Like example, we don't know the actual type of the data, so this kind of unresolved references are there, and for that we uses the catalyst rules, or you can say catalyst object, just to track the data and resolve all of this conflict, or you can say resolve all of these attributes which are unresolved or references or relationship. So catalyst and rules are important in this step. Second one is your logical optimization, and you can refer to the diagram also in the previous slide. That means this logical optimization is actually, you can say, a rule-based optimization is applied to the logical plan which we have just generated in the previous step. And we also use the cost-based optimization. That means cost-based optimization is also performed on that, and different rules are applied which is defined in the grammar, and that includes your constant folding. So these are not new names, but if you learn the grammar of any of the language, you will see this called constant folding. These are different rules. Or it can have your predicate push down, or it can be like your after push down, it can be like projection pruning, or like null propagation. Or if we talk about simple, so it can be Boolean expression simplification, or it can be any other rules from the grammar of this catalyst optimizers. Now these are the, you can say, this optimization is very simple. It is very simple to, you can say, add some rules to the wide variety of the situation used in the logical optimization. Now the third phase of this optimization is your physical plan. Now in the physical plan, Spark sequence takes the logical plan first and generates one or more physical operators. Okay, so it can create more than one operator. Now after that, it selects a plan using the cost model. That means the model it will select which is having the less cost, because it has generated a different cost for all the generated models which are based on the rule based. Then not only the cost model or cost rules, it also perform rule based physical optimization in the step number 1 of this phase, like different optimization like pipelining, projection, or it can also use filters into, like you can say, into one Spark map operations. Okay, so that means you can also apply filter operations into your map operations. The different rules are there for that. Now the fourth, but not the last, not the least, the phase 4 is your code generation. It generates this phase, code generation phase actually generates the Java bytecode to run on each machine of the cluster. And in this phase, the Catalyst Optimizer uses the feature of Scala, that is called quasi-quote, just to make the code generation much easier. Now to understand what is a quasi-quote, so let me write something like quasi-quote actually allows the allows the programmatic construction of your AST, which is your abstract syntax tree. So it allows the programmatic construction of your AST in the Scala language, and which has been fed to the later to the Scala compiler at the runtime to generate the actual bytecode. Now the Catalyst optimizer. Now the Catalyst optimizer transform a tree representing in your SQL to an AST for the Scala code to evaluate the expression, and then compile this code, and after that run generated code. So now we can see that how we can get the Catalyst optimizer plan. For that, we are defining one data set name as a query, and then we are using some you can say applying some operations on the data set called people data set. Let's say we have a group by function based on our column called ID, and then we are counting the stuffs, and then we are calling as total. Now this total will be the column name into that. Now we have the data set as a query. Now I can write query dot explain. This is a function which will tell you the actual things. Now in this we are using the extended is equal to true. That means it will give you the all the values informations. So now this explain will give you the detailed plan for consultations, and you can now obtain this plan from this function called explain. So guys, thank you very much. So this is about the Catalyst optimizer. Thank you for watching this video.